Hello, everybody. Cool. We've got audio. We're not gonna make that mistake again. Welcome to Starlight Society on the Greyhawk channel. This is our final episode. Last week was supposed to be the final episode, but there were some technical issues that got in the way, and we're doing it this week. Hopefully things will be fine for our adventurers, because at the last session, they did at least find out what they're going to be up against. And to quickly recap that before we do introductions, essentially what happens is the party, over the time of the past couple of sessions, has made their way back towards the Starlight Society base, and they have found waiting for them an undead army with some kind of dwarven undead general leading them, and a Hydra, because Hydra. I'm sure everything's gonna be fine. Like I said in chat,
Super.
Hydras are great because there are more boops or snoops to boop.
More boobs to snoot.
And if you've got snakes, which Hydra is basically just a big lizard monster with a bunch of snake heads. Yeah.
Only not dead yet because we haven't started.
I'm just saying.
It still holds true.
We're not dead yet. Like,
I mean, it's open-ended. Yeah.
this is a fact. This is just a fact.
It is a fact so far.
I have the Sharpie ready to cross out both yet and not.
You might want to write an all somewhere.
I'm on it.
Oh,
Because, and I'm sorry to say it, but Sorry has had very bad luck this campaign.
Yeah,
Not
I
great.
have.
I'm pretty sure Sorry has been the only one to get long-term serious
I think Sorry's been
Someone else.
injured.
injuries.
Someone else had
has-
a injured toe or something.
Yeah,
I think
somebody
it was
broke a toe at
Skaters,
one
but
point.
like, it wasn't.
Or she's going to be the only person to survive.
Great, that's even better.
I
Alone.
don't
Wait, it
think
is better because I have resurrect.
Hey,
And then it's then there's an.
there you go.
Oh no, I'm just worried about it. Like, cast resurrect.
There were 4.
Summon a demon. Like,
Four
oh,
heads.
no.
I was looking at the resurrection spell,
Uh-oh.
and the item that I have to have, I just put in item from Target.
So Sorry has to make her way
To
into
go
Target to pick
Hang
something up.
on.
Is Sorry gonna manage with that many people around?
I mean, Sorry probably already has some of Skaters stuff anyway, so it's fine.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go to Target real quick. I'll be back. Just gonna get some stuff.
Oh my god. This
You go to
stream not
Walmart
sponsored by
instead.
Target or Walmart, by the way.
You go to
Um,
Walmart
Target.
instead, and like you only like resurrect like half the body.
oh,
Oh no.
jeez.
No.
Okay, so once we can all catch our breaths, why don't we go ahead and go around introducing ourselves? I think we'll start with Marathi over that side, who doesn't
Hi.
have a camera.
I learned the invisibility spell. Unfortunately, it didn't just work in character, it worked in real life as well. So, benefits. Downside being I can't see what I'm doing. But that doesn't make it any better. Or worse. Everything's normal. Hi, I'm Marathi. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. And I'm playing Blat, who is a goblin Blat mage. he
Blat mage.
casts spells that make things go blat. He's named appropriately. But he was brought up by and taken in by halflings, so he likes everybody on the good side of the world now. He's not a bad goblin.
Well,
He's really not a bad goblin. He tries really hard.
he's a
He,
fiery
he
goblin.
certainly tries.
Yeah.
He is
He's
trying.
definitely trying. Yep.
I do want to note, just because I saw it happen a couple times on the stream, I'm having some camera issues, so if you see my camera flickering every now and then, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, it started happening a little too late for me to get a replacement.
I'm
I
sorry.
think my okay, yes,
This is.
yes, I brought that on myself. So why don't we have you introduce yourself?
Oh, okay. I am Cornucopia on Twitter, and I am playing Sorry, who, boy, still is not sure what that it's. It's fine. It's fine.
Everything's
Sorry
fine.
everything's fine. Sorry is a halfling druid. Likes to be animals, is learning that maybe it's okay to be a halfling. Oh.
Maybe sometimes.
And is the only chance these idiots have for healing. but doesn't love healing.
That's fair.
So we'll see how much Sorry likes you.
That's actually an interesting question. Who, if Sorry was the only survivor and Sorry could only resurrect one character, who would it be?
You can't ask me this.
That's a hard question. It's a hard question to put him.
Okay, we'll just leave that question hanging and go over to Skitters.
Yeah, I found out flying serious on Twitter. Playing Skitters, the trash goblin tiefling / rogue. He's just a tornado of like destruction and chaos. So
a fellow goblin, yay!
Almost. I mean, she could.
Goblin in spirit.
Goblins, yeah, probably, yeah, more so than like. Definitely in spirit.
Okay, and last but not least.
Hi, I'm Ian Flat over on Twitter and here on Twitch. I play Sin, the half-elf hunter who has a drinking problem and is not being helped by being with these people. And we'll see how that turns out with either he's at the bottom of a bottle or his soul his soul is in the bottom of the 9 hells. We'll see how things go.
I kind of gotta wonder if maybe they are actually doing well to help you, because it's not a problem if you genuinely have something terrifying you need to escape from, right?
And at least the alcohol I've been feeding you is better for you than the guff you get from
Is it
Hector's.
Organic.
Is it
Organic.
Is
It's
it?
organic, yeah.
Organic means a lot of things. Most poisons are organic.
Yeah.
All natural.
And I don't water it down for you.
I mean, I think the question is for the GM if the reason Sin's been so quiet is because like half of his brain is in like the astral plane half the time because of the new booze, but we'll find out, I guess.
I may have caused some of the fungal stuff that was used to make, or the yeast might have had fungal extract in it, which may have come from some of the mushrooms in the cave.
That makes sense now.
Sin is just gonna.
Sin is a planar traveler now.
That's
partially,
why those colors change.
Passively.
Sin is just going to accidentally, drunkenly stumble into being a god.
So I think it's canon now that it's canon now that I'm going to make him as a Horizon Walker in D&D 5e.
Okay.
So, makes sense. There we go.
Just knowing
Yeah,
Sin gets stuck in like Dark Sun or something like that. It's like
That's how Kalian became a god. He took the god's test while drunk out of his face, came out the other end going, "I'm a god? What? How'd that happen?"
And
We shall see.
And I am an alien. Mostly hang out on Twitter, occasionally on Twitch streaming. I like to GM lots of different systems, and I have had a lot of fun running the Forbidden Land system for this group. This group is definitely not playing the game in the style that the designers were thinking, and it's been fantastic.
Nope.
Oops.
It has been amazing, and I love it.
I don't know who I would pick.
No.
It's okay. You don't have to pick only one.
By the time you actually pick someone, the time that you have to cast a spell on people will have expired and we'll all be dead anyway.
That's so mean.
I have a week at a high level.
Is that long enough?
I have up to a week at power level 3.
And I'm
You're
sure that you
you're
won't
assuming-
accidentally get yourself killed with a power level 3 miscast.
Well,
And a demon, like I said, summon a demon.
she's assuming that she'll be alive within that week.
I'm going to target.
Okay, so I guess with all that, let's go ahead and get started. So our party has come back to their base to see the Starlight Society forces clashing openly in the fields with an undead army. Towards the rear of this army, there is a large four-headed Hydra, as well as a large Dark Knight. A large dwarvish armored man, who is definitely seems to be in command of this army. So I believe what we had managed, the little bit we had managed, a couple of you had started to scout, but we never actually resolved the roles because that's when our technical issues started. So, excuse me. Why don't we go ahead and start off with who wants to take the lead on a scouting role for getting more?
I believe I was going to do that.
Okay. And who is assisting?
I think we're both.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll have +1 from each of them. Vlad, are you going to be assisting with scouting as well?
I think I'm going to be like looking out for other dangers, perhaps.
Okay.
Because these are big and obvious dangers in front, but if they have scouts out or other traps or anything between them and us, keep an eye out for them, for those of us not doing the scouting.
Okay, so, sorry, go ahead and make a scouting roll with +2 for the skill. That's one success. Would you like to push it for some, willpower?
Yes, because
Okay.
I needs that willpower.
Okay, so that's 1 point of willpower, 2 successes.
Yep.
And I will be right back.
I was gonna
Hmm?
be a bird and fly up and look, but not cast my spell.
Okay, cool. I'll be right back real quick. I forgot to grab my book. I knew I was forgetting something. I told you while we were
there you
waiting
go.
that I thought I was forgetting something, and here it is. Because I need the stat blocks for all of these things.
I totally forgot that I now have a title. Yes!
They're all of these monsters are just gonna fall over dead. What?
Yep. Dead.
It's fine.
Over dead.
Okay, so I will tell you guys that I have Deer's Dash if maybe like she's
Oh
back.
dear.
You're not dead yet. Okay, so what, Marathi, what had you totally forgot?
Blat's a title now.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Sir
Blatt
Blatt.
does have a title.
Blat Wyvernbane.
Okay, so, with that, with 2 successes, first of all, actually, for Blatt, who's keeping an eye out and looking out for traps and enemy scouts trying to find you, Blatt, why don't you go ahead and give me a scouting roll as well?
Nope.
Would you like to push that?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay,
Damn.
so that means that your headband is damaged. It has been giving.
Of course it is.
It has been passing its intelligence on to Blatt for so long that the band itself has just cracked.
He's
Oh, that's a burn. Holy.
I mean, no, it's fine. You're good. You're smart.
Remember I said to you last time, Sin, that the band was going to break right in the last fight?
Yep.
We're not even in the last fight yet.
And that
We're
is
pretty much right at it. I don't have time to repeat.
so. Just as a note, that's only going to be 1
quickly
point of
try to
actual
repair.
damage to your stuff. It's going to take at least a quarter day to do the repairs. Just that's how repairing works.
Recipes are gone. The recipes it's been holding.
So So you did get 2 successes though. And so first of all, sorry, as you're kind of flying around trying to scout these and getting some assistance when you come back down to report to from Sin and Skitters, you're noticing that most of the forces that are attacking, most of the undead, are actually. Was that another roll that just went through? Or no? Okay. Just an issue on my end. Okay, cool. So most of the forces that are attacking actually seem to be wearing Starlight Society uniforms as well.
Yep.
That's good.
And it appears that those who are falling in battle are almost immediately being raised back up. You actually see the commander lifting a hammer that causes this to happen.
How far away is he?
You're all still at least 10
yeah.
kilometers away. You're 2 hexes away.
Gotcha. Okay, never mind.
Good distance. However, Blatt, you notice there are a couple smaller figures who seem to notice you and then start heading in the direction of the undead army.
Action. Point them out.
Okay.
How far away would they get? It's like what, a couple of hexes away. So yeah, that's like crazy range.
The army is a couple hexes away, but these figures that seem to have spotted you are pretty close to you.
How close is close?
They were waiting for us to
They're
show
maybe
up.
like 50 meters away. And they seem to be rushing back towards the undead army.
So that's long range?
From you, I believe so, yes. For 50 meters.
These are undead.
Not sure. You can't make out what the figures are. They seem to be moving quicker than...
Can I with my sixth sense, I can spot. I mean, it's for ambush and sneak attack, but I can see what the attackers are, what can they belong to, and what weapons they use.
I'll go ahead and normally since Blatt was the one who made the scouting roll, it wouldn't apply, but I'll allow it here since it's been pointed out to you. They actually appear to be goblins in terms of their silhouette and how they're moving.
I'll tell
And
Blatt.
I will note that from their silhouettes, their bodies definitely seem, or their movements rather, seem a little bit jerky and unsteady, as if they're probably undead.
Okay.
Damn it.
I love undead.
Gobbo undead.
It's not directly against the natural order of things at all.
That's a shame they're undead, otherwise I'd have tried to actually convert them over to our side. But if they're undead, they're not going to listen.
Probably not.
I mean, if you knew necromancy, you could convert them.
Oh, you mean the one path I deliberately didn't take because it's evil?
You take one, I take the other. Talking to Blatt.
Yeah, I am.
And you make it go splat, blat.
I'm checking to see which one of my spells has got a range far enough. What are my paths again?
So I will note, they're technically in the same hex as you and everything as well, and if needed, you can give chase.
Yep.
So even if you can't...
Do undead count as monsters, or they're just undead?
No. In this case, these don't specifically count as monsters.
Cool. That extends my options drastically.
Hey, who has those rings?
I do.
Let's put the rings on.
No, we're not putting them on us.
Oh.
Wait.
What?
I'm curious about what you want to do with them now.
Sorry, do you say that out loud, like in character?
Yes.
I'm gonna aim for the leg.
Okay.
All right.
Whack it, pin it down, sort of like bury it, stick a ring on it, and give the ring to someone else.
Wow,
I think
nice
he
job.
hit it.
Okay, yeah. You do.
Wow.
I'm aiming for the hamstring to make it drop running. Not run anymore.
Wow. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that happens. You drop it. It still seems to try to claw its way. But it's not exactly moving quickly. The other one's still standing though. What would you all like to do? And the other one's continuing to move and doesn't even look back. It's undead. It doesn't care.
I mean, I have stuff against undeads, but I don't want to use up all my willpower.
Undeads count as effectively animal intelligence, right?
Intelligence, yes. Why?
Right. So they don't have a wit stat.
Correct.
Nope. Not
You've
having a
only
wit
got
stat.
strength and agility.
Yep. Not having a wit stat means they automatically fail, like, what do you call them? Insight rolls. Which means, oh God, this is one of my spells I can't extend the range of. No, that would be fantastic. Wait, I can use a movement to move from like long to short range, right?
Sure.
You know, like run forward to short range and then cast a spell.
I mean, like I said, we're not worrying about initiative right here. So like, if you want to, because I mean, if we go into initiative, I mean, Ian's already taken out one of them. We're kind of just sticking with narrative time at the moment.
I wasn't aiming to kill. I was aiming
Yeah,
to just
I mean,
drop
taken
drop
out
the
in the
spear.
sense that it's down and not mobile.
What is the terrain like here? Is it like really bumpy up and down? If you weren't able to see where you were going,
Mostly here is pretty flat. You're a decent-ish distance away from the hills, so it's relatively flat land.
okay. But if you couldn't see where you were going and weren't particularly smart, the chances are you probably trip over things and fall over, right?
Possibly. I will note, because this was asked last session, there is a lot of tall grass, because nobody's out here mowing the lawn.
Okay. I'm just thinking that if I do something, the only way I could take something out at this range is going to be big, obvious, and probably loud. A bow and arrow isn't. But if they can move quickly enough, they're going to kind of probably outrange us. So I'll run forward till it's still technically within short range and then blind it.
Okay.
It's below the power level of my like spellcasting thing, so I don't have to roll to cast.
Okay.
I have this
It can't make an insight roll, so basically it's blinded for a quarter day.
Okay, so this goblin zombie that's been running, the Zomblin, yes, thank you. This Zomblin is like, you see it go a little bit farther after Black casts the spell, and it then just like stumbles as it comes on some rockier terrain, and I'll give you a little bit more time before it tries to get up and go. So what we all like to do now, you've got one that's had its hamstring cut and it's just dropped. And you've got one that is now blinded and standing, like slowly trying to stand back up. What would you like to do?
I mean, they're not the problem here. I think we just keep going and get to the real problem now that they're kind of
close up on it at least.
They're not going to do their job very well.
Okay.
Yep. I'm not entirely sure exactly what I have in mind, but managed to tag one down. If we get to the other one, it's not going anywhere anytime soon, but at least we can get closer to it to deal with it like directly.
Well, the idea that I had is that we can take the ring, like one of the rings, and put it on the zombie, and like put it, or like, you know.
I was thinking of maybe like putting it on the big bad.
That would certainly be an interesting thing to do. I'd be curious about how you would manage that, but that
Carefully.
would be fun.
How?
Especially considering
a mouse.
The assuming you're talking about the leader, their general, like this is a fully armored dwarf. And
but
full
is he
armor
wearing,
includes metallic gloves and gauntlets.
Is he wearing shoes?
Presumably,
We're not-
yes.
We're not close enough to see.
Generally,
If he's-
boots
if
are
he's
included in armor.
full plate, yeah.
as we're having this conversation, as we're walking,
We're still
I'm
going. Yeah.
going to take out another arrow and kill them both.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Skitters is
assume
just,
you.
like,
I
going
assume you're
forward.
talking about the Zomblins and not your party
Yes.
members.
Yes.
This time.
All right. Roll's coming. There we go. That's one. And for the other one, just for good measure.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. You didn't need to roll for them, but
Okay. I just
Yeah.
like seeing that dice pool, honestly.
yeah, that is a pretty impressive dice pool.
That was actually a reasonable idea, by the way. It's like one of the one of the two zombies that wasn't hurt at all. Just dig a hole, bury it, stick a ring on it, and then whoever has the other ring, they've got half the damage is just being sent back to it.
Not quite though, because it's been broken, and you might want to make sure to reread the ring stuff.
All damage
because-
to strength is split between them. If one wearer suffers a critical injury, the same injury is inflicted on the other wearer, even if she is not broken. Any healing is done separately.
Can you just put that in the chat so I don't have to remember?
I'm on it.
So what, because they're undead, they're basically perma broken?
I mean, the one was broken because Ian dropped it. The other one, I guess the other one didn't have any critical injuries or anything, but
No.
the point being that putting the ring on with something that was already broken, probably not a good idea.
From this distance, can we see how the battle is faring between the undead army?
The
And
Starlight
the-
Society is not doing well. Like I said earlier, most of the undead at this point, you can see a bunch of undead bodies that are permanently destroyed littering the ground. And so most of the active undead who are still attacking the Starlight Society are raised members of the Starlight Society who have
I
fallen in
don't
this
like
battle.
this.
Okay.
You can tell from their uniforms. The Starlight Society, while you all have been busy actually doing work, they have been putting together uniforms and organizing.
And other things.
They're on the costume crew.
Well, I assume there had to be some form of defenses, otherwise they probably wouldn't last this long either.
That's fair. That's fair. How close do we think we can get stealthily as a group?
To what? So I want to this army is encompassing a large amount of space. So if you want to get close to, for example, some of the undead parties on the outer perimeter of the battle, that's different from getting closer to the Hydra and the Death Knight or whatever you want to do.
From this distance,
Death
can we
Knight.
see if the hammer that is being wielded by the
Mr.
dwarven
Knight.
Mr. Dwarven Knight,
Mhm.
is that a similar make to the weapons that we have that we've
Yes.
gathered?
Yes.
It's a hammer we're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Okay.
Ugh.
Wait.
Well, shit.
We need that hammer then.
Yep, we'll get a shadow sword, a lightning lance, and what looks to be a necromantic hammer
Fantastic.
Okay.
or death hammer, whatever it
Well,
is.
there goes all my plans.
Uh,
Wait,
do we hear
do we
anything?
recognize the Goblin Death Knight guy?
The dwarf? You mean?
Dwarf? Yeah. Was he one of the Starlight Society members who went out to try and get the hammer and he
The-
got turned by it?
The dwarf is in full armor, and you can't really. Right. It definitely looks like ancient armor, though.
Okay, we're gonna kill him
It doesn't
anyway.
look like
Yeah.
fresh armor.
On the upside, from what little I know of necromantic magics, if we kill him, his army drops.
Yeah.
In theory.
Great.
Based on knowledge of necromantic magic, it's one of the wizard paths is necromancy, and if you go down, you're
Why don't you have
Whatever
Black
you summon.
roll for lore?
Can do.
generally, necromancy does require something to maintain the raised dead. Something to continually feed necromantic energy into the corpses that is raised.
Usually there's a limit to that, and that limit is the caster. But if they happen to be focusing through an artifact,
Well, we need that.
And we're getting closer and closer and closer to that army and to that artifact at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna move you 1 hex closer just to you've covered a decent.
How
amount of
far
distance.
away is Mr. Hydra?
Or miss.
So are you?
Nondescript Hydra.
What's your goal with the Hydra?
Is it noticing us?
At the
Because it
moment,
has
no.
multiple heads.
At the
Okay.
moment, it
Okay.
doesn't seem to be. It is focusing on like a couple of the heads seem to be snapping a bit at the dwarvish commander.
Right.
But he's kind of pushing it on and pushing it towards the remaining Starlight Society. It looks like the intent is probably to use it to crash down the gate.
yeah.
Okay, so he brought the Hydra.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's Skitter's intent to like sneak as much and trying to get to the dwarf.
Okay, yeah, since you're all this close now, why don't you all go ahead and give me...
so
Excuse me.
go for the dwarf. And do you think you could convince the Hydra to, turn in the dwarf? Sorry?
I was thinking more like I was gonna be a Wolverine and go underneath and come up and bite him, maybe?
Also good.
Crafty
also
Heat, thank you for the
Skitter's-
bits.
All right.
Maybe because I don't want to get like smacked.
I think, Minna, you're about to ask us to roll stealth rolls?
Yes, please.
All right, let's do it. Stealth. Come on.
And I think given the chaos and Sin, you can go ahead and add an extra skill die for this. I'm going to give +1 for everyone.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm just gonna use Cat's Paw.
Okay. What's
Oh
Cat's
my
Paw do?
goodness.
Bane.
Sweet.
Banes don't happen on skill dice rolls, so you're good, Sin.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I cast the spell instead of rolling sneak.
Okay, cool. Okay, Blatt, are you gonna do? Would you like to push that?
What uses agility? Marksmanship. Move. Move is dodge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
We really can't afford to be seen, can we? Damn it.
We can't.
No, we can't. I'll push it.
Okay.
Here we go.
There we go.
All right.
Well,
Nice for next week today.
So let's
yes,
see.
please.
Sin had 1 success. Okay, so Sin had the fewest successes.
I would like to activate my pride.
What's your pride?
I can blend
Oh,
into
actually,
any
your pride only comes when you fail a roll.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay. So let's see. Did that actually show up properly in stream? It did. Okay, cool. So I got 1 success on essentially what I'm treating as the perception roll for the Hydra.
Mhm.
However, I'm counting in this case, like when it comes to ties, I like to rule in the player's favor. I don't remember exactly which way the book prefers, whether it's like
It
the
agrees
finder
with
goes
you.
or
I would like to say that I also did roll a Bane on my stealth check.
but that only really applies to damaging your attributes and only when you push.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're fine there.
To answer your question, aggressor wins. So the
Okay.
people doing the stealthing would win over the defense roll technically.
Yeah, either way, I wanted to, I tend
nice
to rule I tend to rule in favor of the players anyway. So yeah, with only one, that's not enough to beat Ian's stealth roll. So yeah, you haven't been noticed so far sneaking up.
How far away are we, and what's kind of like in our like?
That depends on what you're trying to get to. How far away are you from what?
Skitters is trying to get to the dwarf.
I think we need to get to the general.
But there's a whole army surrounding him, right?
No, he's toward. He and the Hydra are currently towards the back because he's trying to corral the Hydra towards the gates of the ruins that you've set up as a base.
I would like to get kind of laid down in the grass and get a good kind of angle on just the entire scene.
What time of day is it?
Right now, it is afternoon. You came upon the scene in the morning, but have essentially spent time moving.
And what's the weather like?
The weather right now is a little bit overcast. It's not super bright.
Okay.
But nothing particularly detrimental at the moment. Sin, what is your goal with doing this? Are you trying to get any specific information? What are you aiming for?
Just to get a good lay of the land. Basically, I'm trying to act as like a sniper.
Okay. So you're kind of taking Overwatch as the others do something?
Yeah.
Okay. So Skitters, Blatt, and Sorry, what are you all going to do at this point? Are you just continuing to sneak forward, or?
Mm-hmm.
I am getting no closer than short range.
I am getting within, and hopefully within engagement range, arm's length, hopefully.
And I will be between the two of them.
Okay, so your intent is to go ahead and engage the undead general, the dwarvish general. Okay, so
Yay!
it takes a little bit more moving up, getting into that hex.
Can we tell by now if the general is also undead?
The general is in like 100% coverage for armor, with the exception like you can kind of see black slits where eyes might be in the helmet, but you can't really tell beyond that.
Is he shouting orders, and does he sound like a Death Knight? As in, is it like like echoing
You don't
from the
hear
great...
anything being audibly shouted or anything.
Oh dear.
I do not want to pick up this hammer.
So so you're all, if your intent is to get to the Death Knight, it takes a couple more hours getting up to a point where you're kind of close enough that you could possibly engage. I will continue using the existing stealth rolls. So you start making your way over. Let's go ahead. By the way, little tab things you get, perfect for reference. Cool. And okay. So now that you're closer to the battle, let's go ahead and start this audio. Alright, so yeah, what is your plan of attack? You managed to sneak fairly close, and you feel, hey, we have the opportunity to engage.
Why does the sound just now start coming through?
Oh, were you not getting the audio before?
No, but now I am. Thanks, Sirenscape.
Yay, Sirenscape. By the way, Ian, you are like really close. Okay.
Yeah, he was being sneaky.
Okay. It was just like your eyes and above. And it's like, oh.
Yeah, I sneak.
Okay. So are you all, are the rest of you, rather, planning on just charging straight in? Are you going with a plan of approach?
Skid is going to be trying, like, just, like, sneak attack, like, kind of, like, get the...
And I will note, you've got both... You've got the Dwarvish Death Knight, essentially, in the rear, with the Hydra not far in front of him.
Okay, yeah.
So if you engage right now, you're going to have both. As well as a couple of skeletons, but they're not particularly
The Hydra
observant.
is a monster?
Yes, the Hydra is... both the Hydra and the Death Knight are monsters.
Do I see Skitters making the approach to...
Kind of see her kind of, like, zigzagging through the thing, kind of, like, on all fours, kind of, like, yeah, just... like slithering, skidding her way over there.
I'm gonna prepare an arrow
Okay.
and like kind of like get two others in my palm, ready for like a quick fire thing. Prepare one and angle it up and just try to get and aim, not fire, but for a clear shot at the Hydra.
Okay.
Like the under of the Hydra. Just aiming and preparing.
Okay.
My trigger is when it moves to attack.
All right. Sorry, Blatt. Are you? What are you up to while
Hey, Blatt.
Skitters is about to just charge forward?
Question for Blatt.
Yeah.
What do you think about using magical seal somehow to turn off the power of the hammer?
On POW? What?
If we use magical seal against the Death Knight at a high enough level, do you think he will lose the power of the hammer?
Oh, you mean dispel magic?
Well, yeah, magical seal.
Magical seal protects you against magic. Dispel magic
Yeah.
dispels magic.
Yeah, but magical seal is what we used to let you
All
pick
right.
up the...
Magical seal won't stop an effect that's already in place.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
But it
We
could
could try and
stop
dispel its
raising new
control
ones.
over him. Though.
What's that?
We could try and dispel his control over him, I guess. But at
don't-
that point, we're fighting him and it.
I don't have dispel magic.
Yeah,
Remember when all I had to do was talk to wolves?
you do. Yeah, you do. Dispel magic's a general spell. It's a rank 2.
General.
And yeah,
I don't have it on my sheet.
dispel magic is one of the sort of like generic. Everybody has it. If you have ranks in another spell thing, you have dispel magic.
Can you drop that into chat for?
Well, I'm bringing up the book.
Is that one of the
Pretty
ones
sure.
in the book or one of the ones in your homebrew?
No, it's you can interfere with the spells cast by other magic users. The spell is reactive and breaks the initiative order of combat in the round. You decrease the power level of your opponent's spell
Do you know what
with
page
the power level of your dispel. If the result is 0 or less, your opponent's spell is no effect. Oh, it's basically it's counter spell, but you can cast a spell on magic that's currently in effect as an action instead of a reaction because the spell's already acting.
Do you know what page that's on?
I will have a page number in a second.
122.
122. How dare you find it literally right before me?
Yeah, it's a power word.
Huh.
Happens within short range.
Look at that.
So looking at the specifics of
But it looks like, the way they've got it written, even though you've let us use it in the past as a try to, like magics and effects react by interfering with it, it looks like it's meant to be somebody casts a spell at you, go, nah, and dispel magic it.
Because it says it's reactive. Okay.
Yeah.
But it is also a power word, so it's, the system's kind of unclear on exactly how you can use power words, even though it says you can use them proactively. So,
I don't think
yeah.
we've really come up with a question of power words before now, and I'm
Nope.
not entirely sure where it's mentioned.
I don't know.
The
that
power word
Sorry
allows
would
power word
ever
means that
even-
you can do it just by saying, which would allow you, like when somebody casts a spell, you're just kind of
Oh,
like,
right.
"Blah!"
Okay.
just like bark. It's effectively it's
But yeah,
immediate.
dispel is more counterspell than dispel magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
However, I think what we could do, if you wanted to do that, so I will note that if you're trying to counter the artifact's magic, like that's going to be a big thing that needs to kind of. What I'll probably do is come up with essentially a number of successes you need to build towards, and essentially you would be slowly kind of trying to whittle it down.
Okay.
But if you want to do that, I don't mind kind of breaking
We could
away from the
definitely
rules
work
as written
together
for
on
the
that.
spell.
Well, my other idea was using magical seal or dispel magic against the Hydra. Because it does look like he has some sort of control over it.
Does it look like he's controlling it literally just by harassing it into doing stuff, or he'll beat it
It
up?
looks more like he's harassing it into doing things.
Okay.
So if he gets distracted,
maybe they'll fight amongst themselves.
I'm hoping the Hydra, like, it's snapping at him continuously. If he isn't able to continue harassing it, it might just attack him.
Okay. Those were my ideas. That's all I got. So I'm gonna be within near range of the dwarf big daddy.
So are you gonna go for the dispelling route, or?
No, I'm just gonna be working on not Purge Undead. Banish Demon, one of those two.
Okay.
Banish Demon?
What does Banish Demon do? The specific, like?
Inflicts damage to strength equal to the power level.
Does it only affect demons, though? Is the main question, or does it say monsters?
You know the art of driving demonic creatures back to where they belong. So just demons?
Probably.
Okay, then it would be Purge Undead.
Okay.
Inflicts damage equal to inflicts damage to strength equal to the power level on one undead target.
Okay, cool. And you've got a pretty good feeling that, like, that dwarf is probably, if they're leading an undead army.
He doesn't smell natural.
And yeah,
I mean,
the
look at
Banish
your
Demon
party.
is true demons as well. It's not even demon tainted, it has to actually be a true demon.
Okay, so, Blatt, what are you doing? I will know, you could also, like, if you wanted to do the Dispel Magic route, you could go that route.
Now, we've been traveling with at least one since way early on. And I've actually had to fight against it a couple of times while it tried to take over. How much of a dispel do I think we'd actually need to interfere with his summoning of undead?
If you cast Dispel
5 plus?
I think I'd like to. It'll definitely. I'm not going to give you a specific number, but it would definitely take a decent amount of magic power because this is an artifact.
Probably casting more than once. And don't forget, we do actually still need the artifact.
Yeah, interfering with its... Well, it's interfering with the magic effects. It's like, good luck.
You're definitely not
dispelling
going to permanently
actual
get rid of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would interfering with a channeled summon, because I can summon elementals with, like, one of my paths, interfering with whatever's summoning them and keeping them alive, would that cause a lot of them to, like, fall over, even if you interfered a little bit?
It depends on the artifact. Yeah, I'm gonna say, go ahead and give me a lore check.
Worth a try.
Granted, I will note, so we are gonna kind of go into our pseudo action phase.
Oh my
this
god.
is gonna take. Would you like to push that?
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm caught between yes and the fact that I could really use the willpower points right now. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Right, my wet score. God damn it.
Oh.
Yeah, you have no idea what it's gonna take. You're starting to feel the pain of not having the headband.
Yep.
So yeah, you're not entirely sure. So with that, okay, so we'll go ahead and go with Skitters. You can rush forward and just rush right into, or actually, would you like to go forward, or would you like Sari to go first with her spell? Because I know Sin is waiting for the Hydra to act. Skitters and Sari, which one of you wants to go first?
What do you
I'll
think?
go first. I'm
Okay,
gonna be
that's fine.
farther away.
Okay. So
But I
you are
saved
going
my
to
lead
unleash
once.
Purge Undead?
Purge Undead.
I mean,
Okay.
they'll look elsewhere
So-
as I like.
I'm still, during our last game, not 100% sure how this works.
Okay, so
It's level 2.
okay, and what rank do you have in that School of Magic? Which for that
That
brand
one
of magic
is
is so you're healing.
3.
Okay, so you've got healing 3. So you can either cast it at rank 2, in which case it starts as power level 2, and you don't have to roll anything.
Okay.
And then you do still have to spend a point of willpower, but
Right.
Essentially it'll be power level 3, power level 4 if you've got the appropriate item for it, which I
do.
assume you do.
Yeah, it's just my holy symbol.
Without without rolling, or you can cast it at full power at power level 3. It'll be a total of power level 5 but requiring a roll essentially.
Yeah, so I remember the last time I tried to do something really, 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 really well, and then I didn't sleep for 4 days. So I'm gonna cast it at power level 2. I have the
Cool.
thing.
So casting it at rank 2, so it'll be power level 4.
Yes.
Okay, and what does this look like as Sorry just kind of uses? I don't think we've seen Purge Undead get used yet.
And also how many dice while I figure out what it looks like.
You don't need to roll anything since you're casting it
Okay.
at the lower level.
That is why nothing showed up. Okay. What does it look like?
Okay, this zombie groaning needs to calm down.
It's amazing.
Good. No. It's,
I think it's going, because my holy symbol is that nest that I kind of latched onto. I think I'm just gonna kind of like hold onto it in my pocket or whatever. And undead is just the complete opposite of everything that I believe in and everything that I know. And so it's just gonna come up as like maybe like ethereal like plants coming out of the ground and like trying to like rip the undeadness away.
Okay. All right. So essentially tearing at the necromantic energy, keeping the undead together.
Yeah.
And you're going for the Death Knight, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that is so you feel your magic take hold, and you see these tendrils. They seem to tear away shreds of something ephemeral, as they wrap around and yank away from this this dwarvish knight. And you all just hear this unearthly howl come from within the armor, and it's kind of got a weird tinny echo to it because it seems to be contained in this armor.
Cool.
And it jerks around, spinning around to face you, just as Skitters comes right at it. So Skitters.
leap. All right. Yep. So I'm spending 2 willpower to have her racial talent to be able to like track and just. So she's high on the prize right now, going for like she's just gonna try and like just rend this thing like she did the other one. So
Okay.
yes, let's do it. Let's roll this. And I think since it's a sneak attack, it doesn't have a contested roll, I think.
Well, it's not going to be a contested roll either way.
Yes.
Oh, you mean yeah? He doesn't have the chance to dodge out of the way or
Yeah.
anything or parry.
All right, let's do it.
Cool.
Just double check all my stuff. 4, 6, 2, and the D8. Let's roll it.
That is a big dice pool.
Yep,
So
that's it.
that's 4 successes. What's the base damage on your claws?
1.
Okay. So that's 5 total damage so far. Would you like to push that to potentially get more?
You know what? Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's.
So you will end up taking 1 point to your strength.
That is fine. All right, so 2 less. No D8, and then 1 less. All right, let's push that. Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Wow. What's the gear dice from?
My hands.
From your what?
Hands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you actually break some of your claws?
Yep.
A little bit.
Okay.
I don't think it's actually... We haven't been treating that as an item. That's from a talent, right?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it was from a talent. So, because if it was from, like, a weapon that's tracked separately, we'd need to track damage, but in this case, we don't.
Yeah.
So, what I'm going to say is that, as you do this, you charge up, you do manage to tear a chunk out of the armor.
Oh, I'm also going to use my my first level rogue talent, killer, to spend 4 more willpower, and that's going to be damage.
Okay, 4 more points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
3 and 4.
Okay.
So, Skitters runs at this thing just after these tendrils have ripped away these ephemeral shreds of this undead soul. Skitters kind of jumps up. You latch on, and you start tearing some of the armor up. And you just tear these chunks off, and eventually the figure just kind of slams you away, and that's where that 3 points of damage that you get comes from.
Yep.
And Skitters, you go kind of skidding back over towards Sari, landing right at Sari's feet. And as you all kind of go back from looking at Skitters getting tossed, back to looking at the dwarf, you see a very mangled, very rotten dwarvish body. And it's got these kind of black growths kind of wrapping around it like vines. In fact, these vines look kind of familiar to at least Blatt and Sari. They look similar to what you saw around that warg's den.
Yep.
The strange barbed vines that were growing in the area.
Yep.
Look very similar to those.
Oh boy.
No.
And then, so one of the things, Skitters, you managed to pull away is you completely pull the creature's helmet off.
Okay.
And the head at this point is mostly just a skull, and there's just these baleful green orbs of energy where the eyes should be, except out a little bit. It's more floating in front of the face instead of inside the eye sockets. Behind them, the eyes seem to be seared shut for what little skin is remaining.
Good.
Oh.
Good.
Head. I have a helmet.
Oh no.
And I will note that this this creature does not look like it's doing super great, and it's also pissed at all of you.
Yep.
I imagine Skitters has a piece of like armor like in her mouth, like in addition to like the helmet. So it's just like she's just grab pieces off of it.
Skitters, go ahead and give me a move roll.
Blatt hasn't done anything to him.
Okay, move.
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay. You managed to spit it out in time, but it felt like it was going to burn your tongue off
Okay.
as you had it in your
Not in
mouth.
the good
This
way.
is not edible. This is not like the other one.
Yeah, this one just like it felt terrible having that in your mouth.
I got its helmet though. It's mine.
This armor
So
is
the
not
figure kind of lifts up the hammer, and Sin, you notice an opportunity as the Hydra's head turns, and it looks like the Hydra is also interested in what's going on. Are you going to release your arrow?
You know what? Sin doesn't know what a Hydra is. It's a big monster to him, and it looks threatening. And he's gonna loose an arrow.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend. Well, I'm gonna roll first, and then spend willpower.
Okay.
No, please tell me you're going for the guy.
I'm making this is a character choice. This is a character choice.
Oh.
Would you like to push that? Or
I am
spend any
going to.
willpower?
I'm gonna spend a willpower to bypass natural armor.
Okay.
And
Is it natural armor or armor? Or oh wait, you're going against the Hydra, so that doesn't matter.
Against the Hydra, yeah.
Yeah.
This is his choice.
Okay.
This is his choice.
So that's a total of 3 damage.
3 damage. Bypass armor, and then because psychic power from half elf, I'm going to spend that additional willpower to deal one more point of damage.
Okay, so Sin, you drop down, you loose your arrow that you've been waiting for, and you strike the Hydra in the head right between the eyes. It rears back, roaring, and the head kind of drops. And for now, at least one of the heads seems to be dead.
Okay. Because of fast shooter, I'm going to loose another arrow at the guy.
Okay.
As fast action, slow action, because fast shooter level rank 3.
Okay.
Can do that. So,
that is
3,
That's
4,
a nice-
5, 6.
Yeah. So you got 6 there. Cool.
And I'm not using willpower for this one.
Okay, so 6, and it doesn't bypass the armor.
No.
So you drop down and do another shot, and it flies straight into the skull of this of the Death Knight figure, and you just see your arrow strikes, and then the figure's body is engulfed in green flames. The hammer it is holding seems to let out that unearthly wail you heard before.
Oh.
If that's a spell being cast, can I react and attempt to dispel?
It is not a spell being cast.
It's a crying hammer.
The hammer kind of drops down with its head to the ground. And, like, the head of the hammer drops into the ground. And all of you see behind the Hydra, all of the undead that were assaulting just freeze.
Oh.
They just freeze in place.
And they start dancing together.
Now, this is not the end of what's that game with the
Enter the necrodancer.
yeah.
Oh,
This
I
is
was
not
just thinking of the Thriller video. What decade are you guys from? Nerds.
I mean,
And
look at us. We are okay. So, at least for now, it looks like the Death Knight is taken care of, and the Hydra has turned around. The Hydra swats away at the burning green body of this Death Knight, and
Just to make sure.
makes its way, or, like, starts stomping and making its way towards all of you, specifically towards Sin. And
I got the tension. And I'm
Dude, I get to do anything?
your lore action was.
That's a quick action, right?
Do you have anything else that you wanted to do? Because that's what I had been asking specifically before. Was what?
After the low roll, me kind of going, I'm not sure what to do, letting everyone else go first. Perfectly fine, because he's kind of going,
Okay.
I'm going to wait and see what people do, because I don't know.
Okay, I'll give you.
I got the tension.
I had a lack of things to do against the Undead Knight anyway. I'm like, at best I can try and whittle away his armor, and then you guys wrecked him in the face.
I reckon.
And now there's a big. Oh, the Hydra has got multiple heads, right? Is it 3?
3
4?
heads
3?
remaining.
3 heads.
It's
Three
got
heads
4
left.
heads, but one of the heads has dropped.
From from discussions with Sin before, do each of the heads do a different thing, or is it just all 3 heads are just as nasty?
All 3 of them are now turned towards me.
No, it's like it's one fire, one ice, one lightning type thing, or is it just?
It's just. I think it's just.
Bitey, bitey,
just-
snappy, snappy.
Yeah, you haven't
Is it
seen
snappy,
anything
snappy?
like that so far.
Okay. But it is a monster. Okay. I will blast it with. Let me see. It's a monster, so cold won't be good. It's gonna be a fire blast.
Okay. At one of the heads.
I hope. I hope I don't gain its attention. I might. I can cast at level 2. Like, what range is it to me? Is it short?
Yeah, it'll be short.
Cool. I need to expend a willpower point to extend range, which I will do. Doesn't count towards my power level though.
Okay.
And I will cast at. Do I cast at rank 2 or rank 3?
It's a big Hydra.
The difference is I have to roll if I cast at rank 3.
Yeah.
Don't
Could be a Hydra and a
necessarily
demon.
have to
So.
kill it. Maybe
True.
I'll just go away.
And if I cast too big, I might actually, unfortunately, blat skitters. So I won't. I'll go for safe for now.
Okay.
So maybe we can just go inside.
So
Yeah.
power level and damage.
Yep. I will kind of like grab it, so I just into one of my pouch and throw something like slightly yellow into the air, and then sort of like just build up stuff and like blast it through this dust I throw up into the air.
It's crystal.
And it goes from a sort of like little ball of fire in my hands to just this searing blaze of fire in a giant bolt. It's more like it's almost like a line and ray of fire at this point.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of like white hot. It will suffer damage to strength, equal to 4 points of damage.
Okay.
But instead of being like near range, this bolt actually coalesces and blasts right the way out to like full short range.
And
Sorry. Add 2 to that. Add 1 to that. Sorry, I do +1 damage to monsters.
okay. And that doesn't specify that it ignores armor, correct?
No,
Okay.
that's just fire.
So that's a total of what? 6? Wait,
Actually, does
add-
magic usually is magic
how much
affected
total
by armor?
damage?
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it is usually, as far as I
Yep.
know.
So that's 1,
Uh,
2, 3, 4, 5 damage
5 damage. Okay.
total. Yeah.
I'm going to increase
on the
that.
upside. And the upside, it's now on fire.
Great.
So I'm actually going to decrease its natural effectiveness of the against the fire, because fire is something that it's noted as being weak to, though it doesn't have any actual mechanical effect listed for that.
Oh.
So still not going to do a whole lot more. A couple of the heads kind of rear back. You definitely struck one of them directly pretty hard. It has
That's
not
the one that
dropped.
was roaring at Sin then.
Okay.
You're all looking at me.
Yeah, whichever head roared at Sin and kind of like did that whole rah type thing, just like blast that square on.
Okay, so one of the other ones has started looking at you now, especially because you've just used fire against it. I would like both of you to roll a d6 for me.
Uh-oh.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, I'm getting fine. Good. Oh. Ooh.
Okay, so
One's gonna
Blat,
go bad.
Yeah.
you're going to be the target of this of the
Yeah.
Hydra's attack. And the 6 that I rolled earlier is acid spit.
Oh,
Cool. No, cool. I have resistance against that. Yes!
I was gonna say you've got to be resistant against something.
What does your resistance to it actually do?
It's my rank of path of acid and poison. I just have resistance against it.
How much? Oh,
2.
Okay. And okay, and weapon
I take it
damage
it just kind of like just
So.
spits acid at me the way I did against something last game, I think.
pretty much. And
It's just got a bigger head than I do.
so that's 3 points of acid.
Okay,
And then whatever minus whatever your resistance is.
just 2.
So 1 point of
Uh,
acid damage.
And I'm wearing 2 points of armor, so
Okay. The
so
bad
I
news.
take it my armor is now covered in acid, and I need to do something about that.
Yes. You are going to suffer 1 point of acid damage every round for D3 rounds. Since you're wearing armor, that
Stop, drop,
damage
and
is
roll.
going to apply to your damage
armor.
until you can wash it off.
Yep.
So, yeah. Do you have the total amount of health listed for your armor already?
It's rating 2.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, because. All right, cool. So, going into the next round, there's this Hydra. One of its heads is flopping uselessly down on the floor. You notice though, this head, like right at the base of the head, kind of seems to just rot a little and drop off. As 2 more heads and necks grow from the wound.
What the shit?
Cool. So, it's bigger than us, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I would like to. I mean, this may screw everybody else over, but I am going to cast Weather Master.
Okay.
And I am going to bring those clouds down to where we are and make it very, very foggy. And my thinking is that it will help us hide, but we can still get around because we know the terrain because this is our home.
Okay. Sure. Do you have to roll for your Weather Master?
It's rank 3.
Then yes, you definitely have to roll for it.
Have to, yep. Great.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Let me just pull up the miscast table. Just in case.
All you need is 1 success.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do I roll? It's only giving me 1 die.
So it should be 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
3 kill dice.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, the type of dice doesn't really matter for this.
Yeah.
But...
See on your list of spells in your character sheet, make sure the drop down thing is set to 3 and then just click the dice to the left of it.
Yeah, that still only gave me 1. That's okay. Roll!
You got a success. No mishap.
Okay, so it's very, very foggy.
Okay, cool. I will go ahead and treat that essentially as a... does it have any specific things listed for the effect of that? If not, I'm going to treat that as a penalty to its attack rolls to see you.
It's just that I can control the weather.
Okay. I will note that the fog does not seem to be closing in around the corpse, or the burning corpse of the dwarf. The green flames and that baleful wailing sound are still coming from it. And it seems to keep the fog at bay. But everywhere else is foggy.
Is that body still up?
Yes. Sorry. It was swatted away a bit by the Hydra as it stepped forward.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still over there burning.
Okay.
And I will note, you all can still see the Hydra just fine. There will be a penalty to ranged attacks against the heads, but you can see where the Hydra is just fine, and melee attacks against it are going to be fine. So what would you all like to do?
Great. Fog.
Can I also have made it rain just a little bit on Blatt? To wash his armor off a little bit.
That would be fantastic because
I'll give
water,
you that, yeah.
That's exactly how you deal with acid.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So it is foggy and it is raining.
You just have a cloud over you.
Also,
I
have a question for Cass. I have a question for Cass. You said it was really cloudy. Bringing that cloud down and being foggy, is that normal for this type of area?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, Sorry has done this with magic, essentially, so...
Yep. I was just curious as to whether it would count as natural weather or not.
Oh,
because if it was,
it's not
I could have followed up.
weather.
Okay, no, because if this place could have got foggy anyway, I could have followed up on that, but if it's not, I can't. I'm not a druid, I don't get epic stuff like that. I just set things on fire.
I'm going to yell to Blatt and Sorry, take care of the magic shit, Skinner's with me! And
Skinner sets 1 setting. Tap.
And
the button has been pushed.
I'm gonna fire. I'm gonna because of the area. I'm gonna take aim as my fast action.
Okay.
And then shoot as my slow action. Maybe.
So it's gonna be a
like,
-1 shooting,
all right.
but I think that gets offset by your aim, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I'm sharpshooter, which adds +1.
Cool.
So I think it's just normal then.
Okay. And you're shooting at the Hydra head still, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So let's see. Aim. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how this goes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And
would you like to push that?
no push. But
Okay, so you don't harm your bow.
Willpower to bypass armor.
Okay. And a
And
second one to increase damage.
Yep.
Okay. So that is a total of 7 damage.
1, 2, 3,
God
4,
damn,
5,
that's-
6, 7. Yeah.
Okay,
7.
that is enough to take another one of the heads down. Are you aiming at the one that was already injured? Or at a new head?
The one that damaged Blatt. That's
Okay.
spat at Blatt.
Which was a new head.
Yeah.
So you shoot through and you manage to strike just as it opens its mouth to roar again. Just your arrow flies in, strikes the back of its throat, and that head flops down.
Well, it's too late now.
That's okay.
Okay, and you can already see the scales down at the base of the neck where that head was starting to blacken. As happened before the other heads grew back. So anybody else, or actually, are you gonna do your speed thing and shoot another one, or? And I will note, by the way, like your damage here is largely limited by head.
Yeah. It's my intent to get the Hydra away from the magic thing.
Okay.
So
I mean, that's gonna happen.
It's gonna come to you.
You know what? Sin knows 2 things. He knows how to shoot, and he knows how to shoot. So, yes, he will shoot again.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Here. Yeah. Okay.
1, 2. Okay, that's 4 damage. Are you
that-
spending willpower to bypass?
No.
Okay. You're not spending willpower to bypass armor. That one just kind of strikes against the head and just the arrow drops down.
Ah! And that's my turn.
Okay. Skitters, you seem to be grinning.
Yeah, Skitters has just there's a lot of blood in the air. She can smell it, so she's gonna just go freaking wild, and she's gonna use that hunting instinct to. You know what? I have a bunch. I'm gonna spend 5 of them. Sure, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, she's just because like the dwarf is down, so like that lasted until that was down. So now she's shifted to another creature.
Okay.
And I think
she's
seen this weird stuff happen with the head. So I think she's gonna try and go for the body. I think she's gonna try and jump on it and just kind of like just lash at it.
Okay.
Jump on it. Jump on it.
And she is going to. Yep, she is just gonna just tear at it. So that's 5. This is a lot of. Okay, so 3. Let me just reset that. Make sure if I have the right amount for the.
Damn it! I just noticed I was muted. Ah! I was trying to get my attack in before you. I can't do what I was gonna do now.
All right, the gear dice when I roll is excess skill dice from the spent wisdom.
Okay. Jeez. Okay, that's 2 successes, plus 1 for damage 1.
Yeah, you know what?
And then your.
Go for broke.
Was the willpower spent actually increasing the number of dice or the amount of damage?
The amount of dice.
Okay.
For the attack.
Jesus.
Okay.
You know what?
Would you like to push that?
So this was was I in short range with the Hydra? Or was I?
You were in short range. You were very close to it. Or I think it's near. You were in near range.
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, I don't think that wasn't a charge, so let's just. Okay, let me just get minus those.
I will note, if you push this and you get a skull on that base die, your strength is going to be... Okay.
Yep, I know. Well, I mean, yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So that is a total of 4 successes. You okay? Sorry.
I'm fine. No, this is good. No, don't. This is not as bad. This is...
Okay. You get up.
I am watching you do this.
Are you going after the injured? So there's one head that's still up but injured. Are you going after that one?
I'm going after the body.
Oh, right. You were going after the body.
Oh, yeah.
So you jump up and you start trying to chomp away at this body, and you don't seem to be really making any progress. And you notice as you notice as you kind of look up, the scales around one of the injured head seems to thrash around a bit, and the scales start to blacken. And you notice as the scales start to blacken and it looks like the head is about to do the whole splitting thing that it did before, the areas on the body that you've torn up start to kind of stitch themselves back together.
Okay. Could that have been a charge, like what I did to that thing? Consider a charge?
Does charge require a certain amount of distance?
Let me just check.
Because given that you were at the dwarf before, it would be a near distance over to it.
Let me just double check.
This is my headband of intellect.
There's so many things. Really.
You have to be at near range or further. You can charge.
Okay. So yes, that can be treated as a charge then.
Okay, so that was a fast action. I have a slow action. I'm gonna go at that thing again.
Okay.
Go for the neck this time.
Okay.
Like
same thing.
Where it's stitching itself.
She's just gonna try and maybe just try and pull at it, see if
Oh, sorry. It's more specific. You just have to be at near range. You can't do it from further or closer.
But Skitters is at near, so it's good.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, she's gonna try and pull, just tear at it while it's trying to repair and see if that works.
Okay.
All right, let's see. So it's the 7 plus the 2 and the D8. Let's go.
Nice.
That's 3. It looks like.
Let's push. I'll push this.
Okay.
Minus that.
You're playing a dangerous game there.
I am not. I'm fine. It's
only
okay.
a 1 in 6 chance of breaking. Okay.
Another success. Okay.
So that's 2 plus 1 for your attack. So that's a total of 3, which isn't enough to get through its armor.
Okay. All right. That's
Even
fine.
at the damaged bit.
Yeah.
So right now she's just making a lot of noise at it right now.
Okay.
The downside is now we know that this thing's based kind of around acid and stuff. My other tactic won't work. Because likely, if I cast acid at this thing, it might even heal it. I don't know, because I screwed up my lore roll.
Well, your lore roll earlier wasn't around the Hydra, was it?
Yeah.
Your lore roll earlier was around the necromantic energies of the hammer.
Yeah.
But it takes an action to do the lore roll, doesn't it?
If you want to do a quick action for this to kind of assess the situation.
Also, Sin did tell us to get the magic thing.
That was kind of like...
Yep.
I don't know if you're going to listen to him.
Get the magic thing. Oh, as in the
hammer that's still making noise, and the body that is still there, and the green flame that is still kind of wreathing around what once was a skull. Am I correct in saying that?
It's around the entire body of the dwarf.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Whose hand is still on the hilt of the hammer.
How far is it to the hammer?
That'll be...
Short?
Yeah, it'd be short or near, depending on where you were at.
You can drop a weapon as a free action, right?
Yeah. You want to just let go of something?
So I could drop the sword for Skitters or Sin to pick up, right?
You could.
Because picking up... Oh, actually, I've got one better to do it. Yeah,
You gonna be okay, Poon?
Or you could just use the sword to cut the hand off.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Or I could use the sword. run forwards, and I don't have a melee charge target talent, so I can't actually charge him. I'm going to be able to get to the body. I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything if it takes 2 actions to move. I think that's fast action and slow action gets me to near range and then arm's length.
Yeah, it would end up being 2 actions to
Yep,
go from.
and I don't think I can move an attack. Yeah, I can't charge without the melee charge talent, so I can get right up to him, and as an incidental, as I move that last bit, draw the sword.
Okay, that's fine.
Technically, all I did was cast a spell.
Okay, would you like to do something else?
So
You have fast action available.
yeah. Would I be close enough to maybe slash the hand?
Do you actually have something that lets you attack as a fast action? Because your spell was a slow action.
I'm not gonna use the lance. I'm just gonna put that out there. I do have a dagger, but
It would be a talent or something that allowed you to do it as a
yeah,
fast
I
action.
don't.
And it's a slow action as well.
Could if
It's
you'd
a
like.
melee action.
Disarm is a fast action.
Okay, would you?
It's true.
Can I literally disarm him?
Because that would be an attack. If you want to attempt to,
Oh, no, disarm. Your target holds a weapon.
if you want to attempt to get the hammer out, you can try.
I would like to do it, but without touching the hammer. So I'm going to use the dagger to pry between.
Okay.
You don't want to touch it.
Give me a strength roll or might. I think it is the skill.
I'm great at this.
But
guys,
you're gonna
it's
be
fine.
-2 because you're trying to do it with the dagger.
Isn't disarm melee?
But this is separate from the attack because she's
God.
not actually.
That's what -2 looks like.
You should still have your. No, for -2, it should be your skill, your strength dice under base dice, and then if you have no skill in might, it would be 2 negative dice on might or on the skill dice.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Yay!
So you got a
I
success.
start with the pinky.
That's
So-
what the 2 ones are.
You come over and you start quickly just trying to jam your knife, your dagger in, and start prying it away. You manage to get the hand off of the hilt of the hammer, and then we're gonna go into the next round, and I'll explain what happens in a moment. So the Hydra currently has 2 dead heads, which the scales around the root of it blacken, and then the heads drop off as 2 more heads come from each of those. So a total of 4 new heads.
It's fine.
4.
Here's a mechanical question for you, Cass.
Mm-hmm.
Each of those heads effectively counts as a separate target.
Yes.
I could deal with a Hydra, but Skitters doesn't want to be in melee with it. Just a note.
Well, I think Skitters wants to be in
Skitters-
melee. Skitters probably
Skitters
just doesn't
is
want to
one-
be in the blast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Skitters
Skitters can
knows
be
quite
under
well
it.
what I can do, because this is the thing I kind of discussed with Skitters at one point, that I can now blast an entire near area. So you don't want to be within short zone.
So, Skitters, as you're hanging on to the back of this Hydra, one of the heads turns around and tries to chomp at you. And I need my dice window, clear dice pool, and that is...
I can just imagine Skitters
6
running
base
around it and
dice.
causing its necks to twist into knots.
Oh.
Hmm.
I forgot to ask you beforehand. Do you want to attempt to... Oh, wait, you don't have
I don't
any
think- I
actions
don't have
remaining.
anything, yeah.
So that is going to weapon damage 2. So that's
fast
3.
food-
Do you have armor?
I have armor. I think it's studded leather.
Okay. What's the value of it?
I think 3 rating.
Um,
Is
I
that?
thought we
Yeah, it
all
would
had
be
fast
rating
footwork.
based.
Yeah, I think so. I wrote it down. Let me just double check.
Do you have fast footwork, Scares?
Oh yeah, I do. I can dodge. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get free dodge.
So go ahead and give me a move roll then.
Move roll. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
And
that's right. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me if we have that.
Yeah. Every single member of the group has fast footwork.
And I have a +1 on
And
that
also
too,
fat
so,
foot
like,
work.
I am
Sure.
extra. That is, I will not push that. But I will.
you
I
sure
will,
you don't want to push that?
No.
Okay, so you reduce it by 1.
Mhm.
So you jump out of the way, and the teeth of this Hydra just kind of nick your leg as you jump out of the way. That said, you're no longer at arm's reach from it. You're now at short range, if that matters, Blat. So you're gonna take 1 point of damage to strength. Unfortunately. Oh wait, no, your armor. Your armor reduces that point of damage, so you're good.
Yes.
You're good by the.
One of the weird random armor bits that she tied to herself, or like some.
Yes, you are just barely fine as you
Still
jump out
holding
of the,
the
way.
helmet.
You are prone, so you're gonna have to use a fast action to stand up on your turn.
Mhm.
But and
That's
now
fine.
over to the body that Sari has just barely managed to pry the hand away from. As soon as you've done that, as this happens,
It dies and disappears.
that's one way of putting it. The
That's-
green flame surrounding the body
Mhm.
flares.
No.
Sorry, give me a move roll.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh no!
Can I? Whew. I have both hard to catch and fast footwork.
Okay.
This is dodge.
I mean, this is a dodge.
Okay,
It's a
good.
move roll.
Okay. Good job.
Then yes, I would like to use the fast footwork to dodge.
Yeah, cool. Give me a move roll. Move is your dodge roll.
But I don't. I just dodge for free.
No.
means
It
I
just
just
means
get
that
to
you don't
do
take
it.
an action
It means you
to do
get
it.
one.
You don't just get out of the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I think that's a good roll, though. That's a good roll, though.
I'm at rank 2, so I get a +1 bonus to that.
Oh,
But
nice.
So that
I'm
would
gonna just
be
leave it.
that would
That's
be one
fine.
skill die. Roll a skill
Oh.
die.
Yeah, just, I mean, you have
Plus
two.
one.
You have 2. That's good. You have 2 successes.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
Okay.
still 2 successes.
This seems fine. I mean, it seems
So
okay.
you jump out of the way as this green energy flares up and bursts.
Yeah.
And the hammer kind of lifts up into the air,
That's not.
and the glowing green flames take on almost kind of a humanoid silhouette
Oh,
with a
good.
hand wrapped around the hilt of
I
the
do not
hammer.
like that.
No.
And then there are up near the head of this silhouette, and this is a very large form, by the way. Near the head of this silhouette, there are just kind of this black voids where you would expect eyes to be. Sorry, they are staring at you. You know that this is a demon of some sort.
Cool.
Great. I
Um,
can handle that.
So what would you all like to do?
Banish demon.
Yeah.
Isn't it blast action right now?
Sorry, can act first if she wants. I'm.
Yeah, I'm not doing a strict
When-
initiative. It's back in your court, so it's like
When the
each of you can do
Hydra sort of like
something.
sprouts more heads, there's a shout from Black to Skitters to roll away from it.
I mean, I'm away from it. I'm right.
Yeah,
Or
yeah, you're-
Yeah,
You're
you're
still-
at short distance now.
Okay, yeah.
Or,
Alright,
yeah. No, you're near
Yeah.
distance because you were flung off.
Yeah,
You're not at short.
Yeah, you're at near distance.
It kind of
If
did that
you
for
can-
me. Yeah, it kind of did
If
that.
you can get to short distance, you're good. Otherwise, I can't help with the Hydra. Because something I'm about to do can hit all of the heads of the Hydra and the body in one go.
Okay.
But if you're in if you're in near range, you're a toasty.
Okay.
So Skitter's getting out of the way.
Yeah, scares us.
Okay, so we'll count it. It's just the fast action to move.
Mhm.
I'm
Okay.
assuming that you're still prone and just kind of scrambling out of the way real
Because
quick.
I figure we're going to need everyone to help with this demon and having our party split between a Hydra, which has just sprouted more heads than it started with. and a demon, which
I would like to formally apologize for that. As a
Oh
player.
yeah, if we live, you're gonna definitely apologize for that.
Oh,
What
it's
are the zombie people doing? Are they still just?
They
like,
are just frozen still.
Okay, that's helpful.
yeah.
Um,
I don't have an immediately useful way to help with the demon.
so I should note, by the way,
like,
the Starlight Society members who are were fighting these undead, have started cutting some of them down
I mean, good.
as they're frozen there.
they didn't
So,
stop fighting, basically.
Yeah.
Whew. Smart. They're smarter than us. We're taking on a demon. There's a building up of spell energy as Skitters rolls away. And this doesn't look like any of the spells he's cast before. This thing, like the fire that he builds up in his hands, actually envelops his fingers, his hands up to his like elbows.
Okay.
And when he kind of like draws back, and it's a funnel of energy that kind of like goes into a point, and then it seems to like hover above the Hydra for a moment, and just sort of like swirls, and then just goes that suck in before it goes boom type thing, and then there's just this furnace of swirling fire, just kind of like envelops the entire Hydra out to like the entirety of near range,
Okay.
and it's just a swirling inferno of just. Well, goblin hate, because Hydras tend to eat goblins.
I'm assuming that this is rank 3?
Yeah!
Cool.
And it's rank 3. It is cast with an ingredient and with the benefits of Wormslayer on it.
Okay, go ahead and give me your roll.
Yeah.
Watch you summon another demon.
Oh, don't say that,
God.
please.
Freaking hope not.
I mean, if he doesn't,
I need to click that so that it shows up in the thing, and it's that, and oh,
Oh no!
Oh, that is
oh, there's a
No,
success
there's a
in there.
success. You're fine.
Like, oh. Now,
Ah.
on the upside, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 damage.
Okay. And spread across each of the heads that are caught in the blast.
That's 6 damage to every head and its body.
Cool.
And anything else that happens to be hidden near it.
So you hear several roars and screams as the Hydra is engulfed in fire. And this pillar of fire just stays on it for a moment before eventually it kind of dissipates. And there's this singed grass down below it. And
I'm gonna
then
pay for that too.
the burnt corpse of the Hydra just kind of drops.
Turns into 2 Hydras.
I hope not. If it does, I'm leaving.
Okay, so that's the Hydra dead.
Great.
For
Good
the
job,
moment.
Matt.
I will note to Sorry
So it
that
becomes an
after
undead
that,
Hydra
as much as he
because of the
looks
hammer.
as much as Black looks kind of like happy that actually worked and looks a little bit crazed, he does look kind of spent. He looks tired now.
That works
Okay,
too.
so Hydra's dead, and there's this large glowy green silhouette of green fire.
And I will use my
Um,
fast action to move away from the big glowy undead guy.
Okay, and I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take a break because we're a little past our halfway point. And we will figure out how to take on this large demon. This is
Carefully.
fine.
Carefully.
When we return. So it'll probably be about a 5-10 minute break. We will be back in a moment. Thanks for watching.
Fine.
And we're
This
back.
demon.
Hello.
Yep.
We now have a green silhouette of a demon holding the hammer. Blat has already acted, decisively destroying the Hydra with a what's the spell for that they use? Is it just like fireball or?
Ball of fire.
Okay. Yeah, and managed to cook all of the heads all at once. It like Skitters, you might have cooked meat for once.
Mm-hmm.
So
If
well,
we
that's
live-
assuming,
Ah.
yeah, that's assuming the Skitters manages to live if she's trying what it seems like she's going to try.
I will know. Sorry, you were like pretty much right beside it, looking at Black when he did
I
that, right?
definitely would like to go first.
His a point of note to Sorry, his eyes were literally little balls of fire when he cast that. His eyes were like smoking when he did that. It's like you could actually see the heat waves come off his like face.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Did his eyes also have a leather jacket?
Nah.
Nice.
So long as I don't burn this, actually, I can imagine that being one of the like magical crit effects when you roll skulls. It's like, yeah, you screwed that up. What happened? Well, your head's just now permanently in fire. Shit.
All right.
So I'm going to go ahead and cast Banish Demon.
Okay. And what are the specifics of Banished
What I
Demon?
can do.
Oh, nice.
You know the art of driving demonic creatures back to where they belong. It's an art, all right? This spell inflicts damage to strength equal to the power level on a demonic target. This includes demons that do not suffer damage from physical weapons.
Okay.
This one
And
better
what
not
rank is it?
It
2.
is 2.
Wait, it doesn't affect what? What was that at the end there?
Demon
I-
tainted creatures, just true demons.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's rank 2. Are you casting it at power level 2? Or are you casting it at rank 2 where you won't have to roll, or are you going to cast it at rank 3 for the extra point of damage?
The extra point of damage.
Okay.
Yep.
No, it's
And
not
I
just
have-
an extra point of damage. Every success you roll on your casting is an extra damage again.
Yep,
This
it's an
is
extra
also-
power level.
My holy
Yeah.
symbol. So I have that.
So that's
Okay.
4 before you roll.
Good luck.
So what am I going to roll now?
So it's going to, if you're casting it at rank 3, it's going to be 3
Gear
gear
dice.
dice.
Go, 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 go.
Okay. So first of all, you do cast it at power level 4, and the spell
Wanna
does go
push it?
off.
That's not great.
You can't push these.
I know.
I know.
Imagine if you pushing your more. Oh.
So
How.
you manage to you hear this. What is? I just heard white noise, and I don't know if that's on Sirenscape or something else.
I didn't hear it. Yeah.
Okay, well,
I don't hear.
yeah. So you hear the wail of this demon as your spell takes
First I
hold.
scream at it.
You scream, it screams, we all scream for ice cream.
I have ice cream.
Go ahead and give
Second demon.
me a D66 roll.
Please do not
Oh
roll.
no.
Let's
not roll a
see
60.
what your
Oh,
magic
no.
mishap is.
Do not roll a DC 62, please.
Okay, it's slash roll.
No,
space D.
don't use the D66 button.
Oh right, there's a
'Cause-
button.
Yeah, because it isn't
Don't roll a
actually like
66.
a 1 to a 66. It's 11 to.
Oh my god.
Oh god! Your magic
So-
rips open a rift to another dimension, and a demon pulls you over to the other side.
Oh,
Time to make
no!
another character. Your old character will come back as an NPC after D66
Holy
days,
shit.
but
No.
will be changed.
I don't roll a 66. This is like the double. Like it's like, what could happen? You have one death save. It's like, don't roll a crit.
Hey,
Don't do a crit fail.
something Cass said at the start of the game is that we have a hero
no.
point. Now would be a good time to use your hero point.
Huh?
What?
I was
Am I getting
talking
games
about.
mixed up?
I think
Yes,
you're
you are.
You're getting.
What?
That's
You're talking about
Pathfinder.
What game are you?
Oh god.
There's no.
Oh, do it again.
Not. No.
Uh,
no.
I'm
Sorry in
sorry.
Oh God.
Well,
Oh.
on the upside,
How many
the way
days
I'm-
she's
the way
in
The way I'm picturing this,
Avernus? I don't know.
the way I'm picturing this is that
The
the
abyss?
demon showed up. She screamed. The scream rippled out, and then it tore a hole. A hand reached, the demon hand reached forward. That hand reached in and pulled her into the abyss.
How many
That's
days?
how I'm picturing.
I tried to yeet, and I got yoinked.
I think you have to roll the
okay,
66
so-
again, because how many days you're in hell?
So I think
This
before
is
we
another dimension. I could be going to the spa dimension.
Oh my god!
I think before we do that, what we're gonna say is sorry. This happens, and sorry gets pulled in, and then a moment later, sorry pops back out. Sorry, at some point during that, you managed to negotiate with the demon, and you are at least going to be able to be around, to see this through. After which point, the demon is claiming its due.
I mean, I do have serenity.
What does Serenity do?
You spread harmony and serenity around you with this spell, which helps you in social conflicts. The victim of the spell will do what you want, without a role to manipulate him, and without you having to give him something.
What
in
is
return.
Asmodeus?
I don't think that's gonna work in hell.
It works somehow, and Sorry manages to negotiate to at least stick around to see
thing
the end of
is,
the siege.
I happen to be yoinked by a demon who really doesn't like the one that we're fighting. And so my demon was like, no, you go finish that, and then you come back.
Oh my god.
More or less. And so the deal essentially that you don't have to pay a cost for is that you get this temporary reprieve, after which Sorry's fate, unfortunately, is
no.
That's
sealed.
gotta confuse and worry the shit out the demon that's standing in front, sort of going, "Hi, why are you back?"
So that's
It's
Sorry's
scary
turn.
to me. Oh,
That's a hell of a turn. Holy.
Going to hell
That
and
is a
back.
hell of a turn.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Right.
It is.
You're on fire, literally.
Just gonna go
That
ahead and make a
is-
new sign.
Just so that everybody's aware, that is one of the things that they have been afraid of this entire campaign when it comes to the mishap on magic.
And everyone expected me to do it.
Yes. I still half expect Blatt to do it.
66.
blame us?
God damn it.
I expected it in the fireball, to be honest.
Okay, who else would like to act? You've just seen Sorry get zipped out of reality and zipped
This
right
is
back
why
in.
Skeeters does not truck with magic.
Well, she seems to be back without any major issues, and I've never seen that happen before.
She's still
I'll ask her
screaming.
about it.
Terrified.
She's still
kid.
She looks
screaming.
fine to me.
I think Skitters is gonna run to Blatt and just just out sword.
she does that.
Sword.
It's on my back and it's unkept. I'll look at you and just jank a thumb at it.
Yeah. She grabs it really, really hard, so it kind of launches you in a different direction a little bit, like you're almost thrown by it.
You almost
know,
just pick the sword up. It
we-
catches on Blatt's bag, and Blatt
Yeah.
gets picked up a little bit with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I've seen how Skitters moves and I've fought with her enough now that when she goes to grab it, I probably just lean forward and tilt sideways so that when she grabs it, it just straight out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because otherwise, I figure I'm going with her.
Here.
Okay,
I'll provide
so you've
cover.
got the sword,
Mm-hmm.
and what are you gonna do?
I mean, I ran to so I don't know if I have another action to run back toward it.
You would have been.
I had moved away from it, so she's near.
around. Yeah, I think near makes sense because between Blatt moving away from the demon and you getting thrown away from the Hydra, there's enough kind of wiggle room there. I think it would have been near. So yeah, you've got, if you want to run back over to it,
Yeah.
you could possibly do your charge as well.
Oh yeah, you can charge from here.
Let me just double check. Yeah, I can charge, I think.
Yep, near range.
Let's
So,
just check
That's,
if
and it's a slow action to do it.
Yeah.
So you're rolling your melee attack.
Or actually, no.
Yep.
You'd be at short range from the demon because Blatt had specifically moved from near to short for the demon.
All right, I'll just get ready to attack it next round then, which works. That works fine with me.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I
Sin?
will take out
Near
my.
range for the one.
I will take out my consecrated arrows that I got
Ooh.
from the priests who blessed them,
Microphone Sin.
and ready 2 of them for 1, 2, and 1, 2, just straight after the other. The consecrated arrows deal +1 gear. They're a D12 consumable, and they ignore undead resistances.
Okay.
So I don't know how this is gonna work with demonic resistances, but let's find out, shall
Let's
we?
find out. Yep. I mean, this is the time to figure out.
Okay, so go ahead and give me your
Yeah, that's
attack
right.
rolls.
I think it's fine. Damn.
So that's 3. So damage 5.
And I'm going to spend willpower to ignore armor. I
Doesn't
wanna
really have armor. So.
If it does, I guess if it does.
It's not really
Whatever
corporeal.
the heck, whatever this is.
Yeah.
Ghost
so
armor? I don't know.
it'll be my natural reaction to aim for any weak points. Maybe with like a shaking hand because it's a demon. And sorry, it just came out of reality.
This has been like a 5 seconds of just like.
Yeah.
Of a what the fuck. So, that's
Okay.
shot number 1.
When Sari
And-
came back, their hair was white.
That's.
Oh shit!
I'm
That's
sorry.
what you see changed.
Willpower to bypass
And
armor,
sorry is still
willpower-
screaming.
and willpower to increase damage. So that's 2, 3,
Fine.
4, 5, 6 points of damage.
Okay. Your arrow flies through it. You definitely see some green essence go with the arrow as the arrow passes through it. But you can't really gauge how much damage it did or did not do.
Does it look upset?
It's a vaguely humanoid green fire with void for eyes.
Fire
So you
again!
can't really tell.
Fire again!
That's 3. Would you like to spend willpower to increase that?
No. No.
Okay.
I will spend willpower to bypass and increase.
Okay.
So
So 4 total damage.
yeah.
Still super pissed.
Okay. So once again, the arrow kind of passes through, and you see some of the green flame go with it, but you can't really tell how much or how little it's done.
What's its reaction? Like, is it just
It
like
doesn't seem to have any. It's just kind of standing there holding the hammer at the moment.
Oh,
Although
God.
now, since all of you have acted and it's its turn, the hammer kind of wavers a bit, almost like it's kind of like somebody lifting a heavy hammer. It kind of wavers a bit as the vaguely humanoid arm lifts up a bit and raises the hammer above its head,
This seems.
and then brings it crashing down to the ground.
Fine. It's
Skitters,
fine.
you're the one who's run near it.
Mm-hmm.
So, over. Did I close? I did close my dice pool on accident, so let's grab that again. That's gonna be that. I don't know why it goes like up and then down for the dice pools in the dice only sheet. It's really weird, and it took me a second to figure out where the number was. Would you like to attempt to dodge or
Yes, I would
possibly
like to.
parry?
I think dodge is probably more on this.
Now remember, you can attempt to remain standing when you dodge.
Yep.
I think it's a -2, right?
-2. -2 skill, yeah.
Would you
We're
like to
all
do that,
rolling
or are you
green,
gonna dodge
so
onto
go
the
for
ground?
it.
I'm just gonna try and stay.
Stay
Just gonna
standing.
try and. Yeah.
Okay, -2.
Come on.
Would you like to push that?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, sure. What? Yes, I would.
Okay.
Okay. Shoot. Roll the push. Oh, oof,
Okay, that's 2
All
successes. You do take 1 point of agility.
Yep. Okay, that's
But you manage
Get
to
it, Will.
cancel both of its successes, so it doesn't hit you. It brings the hammer down. You manage to just scramble out of the way, staying standing because you did have that -2.
Get it, Will,
And
probably.
the hammer just strikes the ground beside you. You all feel the ground tremor when it strikes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now coming back around to all of you, what would you like to do?
I will spend the entire round focusing, please. I would like some willpower back.
I'm gonna run in front of Blat and be a human shield
Okay.
between, or a half elf shield, I should say,
Okay.
between the goblin and the demon.
Okay.
all right.
Cool.
And
Based
maybe
on what you said before, Cass, I figured that trying to draw willpower like that is definitely an avert action. So like it's the whole sort of like focus at a point in front of me, just in space.
Mhm.
Grab my hands just in fists, and it's just a ripple of like wavy like. Given my name and what I do, it looks like I gain a like very very mild fire aura. You know, it's just that whole build up as I just try and draw the heat out of there. As you run by me, Sin, it's really cold near me. Which doesn't make sense based on the fact I seem to be drawing fire.
Yeah.
I'm drawing the heat out there and using it to like draw willpower in. It just looks and feels wrong.
Stay toasty, my friend. And I will
Fair.
go onto one knee. Did it take me a fast action or slow action to get to him?
It would have been a short distance away, I think. Or actually, you could argue for a near distance from him. So it would have been just a fast action to move over.
All right. Gonna take. Oh, I should. Let me roll for the consumable on that.
Oh, yes,
Consecrated
yeah.
arrow.
So roll a d12.
Oh god, I'm really sorry,
Okay, you're good.
but due to the unnatural method of which I'm drawing heat out there, all the grass round about my feet probably dies as well.
I'm not paying attention to that right now.
That's good.
Zari's kind of busy
Yeah.
screaming.
Yeah.
And then for my slow action, consecrated arrow shot.
Okay.
Kill it!
With fire.
I was about to say kill it with fire, but I'm not sure that would work for a demon.
Okay, so that's 4.
Bypass.
Okay. And increase damage by 1.
Yeah.
Okay. And once again, the arrow passes through. It drags some of the green essence with it. And you can't really tell, because this thing does not have any reactions. It just kind of passes through it.
Okay.
Cool.
Where's
So-
the lance? Where's the lance, by the way?
I have it.
Sorry has it. Almost got
Still with
taken
her.
to hell.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh no.
Still with her.
Yeah.
Taken into hell.
Mm-hmm.
Residual hell
I mean,
energy.
Sorry isn't in hell anymore. At
But
the
it was.
moment.
But
it
no,
was.
She emotionally is, just not physically.
okay. Okay.
So I do.
Okay.
Do I get like? I still get to attack?
Yeah,
and...
yeah, you're still here and you're still you.
Great.
For the moment.
Cool. That's fine.
So
So-
you and Skitters get the chance.
I am going to drop everything that I own, which is not a lot of things.
Just the lance.
It's basically the silk blanket, the lance, and then like wrapped up in tiny little pockets of the silk blanket are like trinkets that I've stolen from all of you. But I will hold on to my nest,
Okay.
holy symbol, and I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
You'll go
I
to
mean,
hell
I
again.
guess I guess that there's not too much you could do.
That would be worse.
Yeah, I mean, even if you summon a demon, you're going to hell anyway.
If you're lucky, you roll a 66, it's a different demon, then they can fight over you while you're in the real world.
Maybe it's that demon. It's like, okay, I've got enough.
No, I think if you roll a 66, it's probably the same one being like, wait a minute, I was tricked.
Seriously.
Get back here.
Come on.
All right, dude, come on. I believe that can't happen again. I'll just believe that. Believe that with it. Okay.
Okay, you got a success. You don't mishap.
Okay.
3, 4, 5 damage then.
Okay.
I got some tips while I was in hell.
So, sorry. As you unleash this energy, you feel stronger than before. Maybe it's because you know where you're sending this thing back to.
Your mother is waiting for you.
What does your banished demons look like exactly?
What's that?
What does your banished demons look like exactly? Is it similar with the
I think
undead,
this is
or?
the one that I did on the skeleton horse.
No, that one.
Maybe?
Oh, I don't.
That was
I don't
undead.
remember. Yeah, I think that was undead.
I was
Yep.
I was picturing this one as you know how like when like we drop something into water and it does that like bloop thing and then it comes back up the middle. That kind of like, because he's not corporeal, right? So it just kind of like makes his energy do that. Like it's something like dropped into it and went like.
Oh!
And what's corrupted about how it looks when you cast the spell?
Fire?
No, it's
Ooh.
that is a good question.
Nature is green. It could be a demonic green.
Well, but it's green. I think.
Yeah, but you could be surrounded in that demonic green halo when you do it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm trying to think of like how I've been changed. And I thought I would have more time. It's definitely.
Well, this isn't necessarily how you've been changed yet, because you haven't gone through that
Okay.
these 66 days.
I
But
would
something
say,
about your magic seems to be corrupted.
I would say that it looks more like, it looks less natural and more the color of like those nasty mushrooms and vines.
Okay. Cool.
Nice.
As you do this and you unleash this energy, you've got that bloop effect that you said, and then
Screaming.
Yeah. Has Sari stopped screaming since getting back?
I'm no longer just like screaming in terror.
Okay.
I am screaming at it.
Okay. And whatever you did manages to take hold. And the energy, which I'll remind you, so the hammer has been slammed into the ground, and then you cast this spell, and the green energy of this demon's body flares again, and then bursts.
So she
And
almost seems to
dissipates.
tear the aura clean off it.
Nice.
Yeah, I basically halfling raged.
Hell yeah.
And now you are standing there. The
Right. There are like stories and legends of people casting spells and things going wrong and them being torn into other dimensions. They don't normally come right back though, do they?
No, not normally.
I think
And that didn't look right.
As soon
Can I have a
as
lore
it's
roll?
gone. Well, I was gonna say, as soon as that energy is gone and the birds come back, I turn to look at all of you, and like all I can get out is, "I'll be back." And
Now,
I'm gone.
my intent is to try and cast a magical seal on her because I have a funny feeling I know what's coming next. I have no idea if a magical seal will help her.
I'm not going to resist it.
If you want to cast a magical seal, you can attempt that.
Because if something has to open up a rift and grab her and pull her through, that would suggest there's magic involved. So if she has a magical seal up, it might help her not get pulled through. I very much doubt it's going to help, but you try it.
Okay.
Leave you that you would try it.
Yeah, there's a look of what the there's just you looking at Blatt. There's a sudden look of realization as he has an idea of what might be coming next. With your look of complete and utter well, bye, and you dropped everything. You never drop all your belongings,
right? I look each of you in the eye too, which I don't do. I'll be.
And then she's gone, or they're gone. Oh,
Yep.
sorry, they them.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I got a little confused at some point, but cool.
Yeah.
And
that's my fault. I
gone.
keep saying she. Sorry.
Sorry is also half animals, so.
Are there still those idle undead still around?
So
like
getting
this-
to them, so with the that ripple of energy and the tremor that you felt as the hammer hit the ground,
Yeah.
the remaining undead collapsed
All right.
in the field.
Skitters
Sorry is gone. There's just singed grass beneath where they were standing. They dropped all their belongings, which I believe included the lance, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
specifically the lance, but I did take the nest with me.
Okay. Do me a favor and roll a d66 to see how many days later Sorry is gonna make it back to this world.
66.
33 days.
Half that. Half that. Oh my.
Okay, so Sin, Blatt, and Skitters. What do you do?
I think after Skitters hits the ground a few times, she's gotten like super worked up. Like this whole fight has just been nothing but like adrenaline. She's going to she's gonna just go to Blatt. Like, where'd she go? Skitters is kind of confused.
Blatt slowly walks over to the spot and kind of like stands in the middle of all her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is Skitters one of the dogs where you like raise the sheet up and then you disappear when you drop it?
Kind of. This is magic. She has no idea what's going on. She's that
nothing.
bird. She's that bird that when that happened, like the bird's like.
Nothing happens for probably 10, 15 seconds. He's just kind of like staring at the stuff around about her.
Yeah, I think Skitters
his hands are clenched beside him, and his hands are starting to take on a slightly red tingy aura.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just you see that wavy effect I was talking about. You know, like the standing in like the Sahara Desert or something. You'd have that wavy effect.
Yep.
That's building up round about him to the point where it's like he's standing in a desert and the rest of you aren't.
Mm.
And it's still building to the point where you can see an aura building up round about him. See those willpower points I just built up, Cass?
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to build them up to use them.
Okay.
And
Blatt. Okay.
I don't know how many points my wits are down by 1, so I'd only have 4, not 5, because my wits are slightly damaged. But yeah,
I don't actually see the number because you haven't clicked out of it yet. But...
Oh god, sorry.
So
I'm gonna go.
There we go. Sorry.
it's mean that you keep using their name.
And
It was mean of me to name the character this. I mean, let's be real.
Sorry.
my hand on his
right. When you get close to him, when you get within like maybe 3-4 feet of him, it will be physically painful to get closer because he is actually radiating fire magic right now.
I'm gonna try to get closer to him.
You've never seen him this angry before. It's like which way are you coming out from, behind or from the side?
Probably from behind.
right? As you get a bit closer and it's obvious, it's like you're walking in front of like, like a blacksmith furnace.
Yeah.
Right? See that sort of like sweltering heat that actually makes your eyes rise up and makes it really hard to get close?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way he's not going to know you're there, so he'll kind of like turn and like look back at you. Where his eyes are is just filtering, searing white flame.
And the look that Sin's giving you is, I know, it does hurt.
There's probably a snarl. Yeah, think feral goblin type. There's a little snarl and a little flare of the eyes, and actually some fire escapes from his mouth.
I'm going to put down the bow and try to walk as close as I can to him and give him a hug.
Is there any enemy or any undead or a close crop area of anything at all nearby, Cass?
There's some bodies around.
Because he'll let it off in that direction as opposed to Sin.
Okay.
Because if you can see my sheet, right? Look at under the relationships thing under Sin and under Sorry. Right? Mm-hmm. I figured that's enough for him to direct his anger elsewhere.
Okay. And
he will aim it at the corpses and stuff in front of him. It's not a fireball. He will actually, there's a heat wave blasts out. He will miss Skitters because, reasons. And there's just this blast wave that like tears up, this little sort of like rolling ripple along the ground. And it just leaves behind it just a wake of, it starts raining fire in the area. From those low clouds that Sorry left behind, those kind of like tear up and ripple with fire. And then those clouds in that area actually start like dripping fire and burning up all the undead corpses in the area. But this covers like a long distance. It's not short, long. So this will cover a good part of the actual battlefield on our side.
Okay. As they're left in the singed wasteland.
He would probably have dropped to his knees if not for the fact you gave him a hug.
Kind of pat him over on the head and extend an arm to Skitters. It sucks. I look at
I don't know whether it makes a difference, Cass. That's 4, 5, 6, that's like 7 points over a long area. There's probably not much left in that area.
Okay. Yeah.
She's been with us for a while. Long time. Nothing can replace that.
You're.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Can.
Yeah.
Oh, now we can.
Oh no! Oh no!
Wait. How about now?
Now we can.
Yes.
Okay. It sucks losing someone. And as you know, my small friend, magic is weird. Magic is strange. But I know the last thing that she would want to be right now is sorry.
There's a little flare in his eyes of kind of like defiance, I guess. And then he kind of like reaches up and over the back to see the little the sheath that he made with your help earlier. He kind of like pulls the sheath off and throws it to hands it. Sorry, you're right beside me. Hands it to Skitters.
Mm-hmm.
And then starts grabbing and picking up stuff and tucking them into his pockets and things. And then grabs up the lance and hooks it on his back.
Hammer.
What was that? You kind of cut out at the first part.
Where's the hammer?
It's still on the ground, kind of hilt up, where the demon had slammed it into the ground.
the bow staying down, and I'm take the other bow off my back and lay it down next to it and pick up the hammer.
Okay.
Right. As you do it, it's like it's cracked voice, but it's like, wait. Give me a moment. I will refocus, attempt to regain some willpower again, which should take a little bit, I guess, and then I'll cast magic. Words.
So,
magic seal on him.
okay. So, Sin, as you grab this hammer with the seal, you've picked it up. You can feel a lot of energy through it. It doesn't feel like it's negatively affecting you at the moment, but you can also feel that that is Blatt's magical energy that is kind of preventing it from doing something after you pick it up.
You walking towards it just kicked me into defend big cousin mode. I'm just like, wah! No, not you two.
You can sense all of the bodies around you as you hold this hammer.
Necromancer King.
And it kind of feels like you don't feel a compulsion thanks to the magic seal, but it kind of feels like the hammer is trying to reach out to these bodies. And I think at this moment, some of the representatives of the Starlight Society are walking towards all of you.
What do we do now?
I will spend time focusing. I will cast magic seal on
Lord
Skitters.
Arctic Frost, thank you for those bits.
Oh,
hey, berries.
Are the frostings?
I will keep the snacks so I can have some later.
Okay. Ian, we can't hear you again.
Oh.
Now we can.
Yeah. As I approach, we can talk about where they came from, how they knew of this place at a later time. But we need
to get these artifacts inside.
We have the means to seal.
Okay. So are you heading towards them and heading inside, or?
Yup.
Okay. So you meet up with one of them, and from what you hear as you're walking with them back up towards the base, it's clear that they have been under siege for a couple of days now, to this undead army. And the Hydra was a new attempt because, surprisingly, this base, with the repairs going on, this base has managed to hold up to the siege for quite a while. But the Hydra was a new threat. They saw what happened with the demon. And at this point, the oracles who first predicted the Starlight engine and the Starlight keys are predicting that the time is getting short on ending this, and so they're asking if you're ready to end this.
At no point has Blatt stopped walking.
Okay.
He has that eyes forward. It's like we need to get his comment to we need to get these inside to the engine. He has started walking.
Okay.
And has a look in his face going, I dare someone to stop me. He looks angry, focused, and anyone that walks near him that
everyone's
doesn't particularly
staying out
need
of
to
his
talk
way.
to him, yeah, he'll snarl at.
Okay.
He's always been really polite and friendly and cheerful and stuff like that to everybody that he's ever met and stuff like that. In the moment,
Yeah.
He'll eat,
People are staying out of the way.
anyone that gets too close to him.
Now there are 2 scooters now.
One of them's got shadows on, one of them will just set things on fire.
Yeah.
So you make your way into the ruins. You make your way down to the Starlight engine, and the three slots are prepared, ready for the weapons to be inserted. Do you do it? Do you hesitate for a moment? Do you just slide them right in?
Yeah, I guess if that makes the first.
Actually, what he suggests is that you guys place yours in, and then he'll place it in, since he's the most likely to be able to resist any magical blast that happens, I guess he's.
Okay.
Yeah, Skittles will just like nodded, just like, yep.
So you slide each of these in, and with each one that you slide in, there's you can feel, all of you, even those of you who are not magically attuned, can feel magical energy being drawn in towards this engine. And when all three are inserted, you can actually see the aura of magical energy being pulled in as this orrery-like construction starts to rotate and show the different worlds and planes, and a somewhat translucent image of the different planes floats over it. It shows the two, the material plane and the Feywild as they are converging. And then all of this is drawn in to a singularity and bursts forward outward again. And all of this, I should note, is it's all kind of illusory. It's not actually like you don't get pushed back or anything as this burst happens. And you see the two planes orbiting each other once again, completely separate. The magical energy has been drained from all three artifacts. They are just a sword, a lance, and a hammer at this point. And over
Take them back out and hand them to Skittles and Sin.
Okay. Yeah, the Starlight engine itself doesn't seem to hold any energy anymore. It's just kind of showing the planes as they rotate around. In the days to come, the Starlight Society is heralded as heroes for all of your actions. What do you all do in the aftermath of this? As the Starlight Society looks toward all of you for leadership.
Oh God.
But none of you are obligated to do so.
Blat's intent is patently clear right from the get-go. Seeing as how like the engine, yeah, you said the engine itself is effectively inert now and is just an illusionary cool thing. Unless anyone kind of like tries to deny him it, this keep or rune or song or something is ours.
Yeah.
And he intends to build it up and build the area out to the point where he would like the Starlight Society to find a druid. Because he would like to talk to said druid about setting up a grove out there right at that spot, and you point at the point where Sorry was. That has to be a druid grove that needs reconstituted, and anyone trying to take over or come in or near this area and stuff like that will be dealt as trespassers unless they speak to us or the Starlight Society first.
Okay.
I'll train
with that whole sort of like feeling of I dare you to say no.
Okay.
And I'll tell him I'll train the bowman to defend the point.
I'll keep it safe.
And 33 days, a month and 3 days after this has happened, Sorry, you step through a portal into somewhere in this world. I'll leave where up to you. At your master's behest. And what has changed about Sorry?
Thanks for making me cry again.
I'm sorry.
I would be... You know how, like when people get struck by lightning, they get the like marks that look like lightning on them? I feel like something like that has shown up, but it's I was thinking like it looks like there's tears, but it's not a tattoo. It's just kind of like in my skin, almost scarred.
Okay.
And my hair is white, and I'm still tiny. And I would try to come back at the same place.
Okay.
I have a question then. What time of day would she come through? Because Black meditates in that grove every night.
I mean, if I
waiting
had a choice,
for her to come back.
If
I'll
I
leave
had a
that to you.
choice, I would do it when the sun comes up.
Okay.
So I don't.
So at
I
dawn?
assume you're still there. Yeah.
Yep. Sunup is roughly when he'd sort of like get up and sort of like go and leave and get ready because, you know, get ready for what's left of the day. That would be his dinner time. Because, you know, goblin, nocturnal.
Yeah. Then I would show up, step through a tree.
You would probably hear off in the distance, elbows back, lads! Don't aim like you're just aiming at the target, aim through the target, goddammit! As I've gathered about like 10 of very young people, and give them the decent enough attire of weapons and hopefully crafted by Blatt himself.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't have anything on my back, and instructing to fire at not at trees, not into the wild, but at targets against the constructed stronghold.
Okay.
This is why I have to give up meditating first thing in the morning. Meditate through that. But yeah, that's like that. He'd be sitting there watching, and it's like as you step out, there's a small gas behind you. If you turn round after stepping out of nowhere, Blatt's cross-legged on the ground on like one of the few stumps left in that area.
I mean, I assume you would come like stumble, running, crawling over to me. I did not know what to expect.
He's likely staring at you with disbelief, wondering whether he's just like hallucinating or not again, because he's likely come out here drunk quite a lot.
Then I'll just say, hey, so it worked?
There's just a nod.
Everything is back to normal? We did it?
He'd stand up, walk over, give you a hug.
Oh, yeah, and I'll actually hug him back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He'll take a step back after a moment, dig into a pocket, and hand you back the small cat thing he carved for you, which you technically stole out of his stuff before he'd finished it last time.
Yeah.
It looks completed this time, and it's got your insignia carved into the base of it. You know, the little nest thing.
Oh.
That would be carved into the bottom of it.
Does Sari still have her nest? Or their nest? Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's not made of twigs anymore. They're like petrified. But yeah, I definitely still have it. I mean, I'll take the figurine and.
Can I sense anything off about her magically?
That's up to Poon.
I know there's stuff visibly changed, but given where I'm fairly sure given 33 days to make lore checks and dig through archives and tear information out of any of the Starlight Society willing to talk to me for more than 10 minutes, I'm fairly sure I have a good idea where she ended up. And we'll have scoured tomes and blah, blah, blah to try to find a way to go and get her. Which will likely have failed because, that's actually insane. Short of making deals with more demons.
Making another great roll. There's nothing necessarily off. It's just it's like if I've passed out, and so it's like there's nothing like actively magic. Like I still have my magic, but
yep.
I have been like purposefully just keeping it in, pushing it down, just kind of like sheltering.
Right. So that answers one question then, Cass. She didn't open whatever she stepped through. Sorry.
Yeah, they didn't open what they went through.
Yeah, no, that I'll tell you about where I was maybe another day.
Yeah, he kind of looks at the area you stepped through it and looks back. He kind of like gestures to Sin, who's out and maybe hasn't noticed you yet. Because it's not like you did a big bang pop.
They both
scouting three successes.
Oh right, that's true.
And
We're all
Skitters is
scout bunnies
standing
as well.
behind me.
But yeah, so I guess at that quiet moment, you just kind of like just all of a sudden like just Skitters just freaking tackles. Sorry, just kind of like, gives her like a big hug. It's like one of those things where it's like she like swings her around and stuff like she is like just wiry, strong, and just like she's very happy.
Yeah. I will hold on so as to not get flung off, but also I will definitely hug you.
Is Sin walking up towards us?
He is with the bowman. He smiles, waves, reaches into his pouch, takes out a water skin, undoes it.
Is it water or is it still alcohol?
It's water.
Oh my god.
No,
Sin was broken.
He takes a little swig, holds up a drink to his friends, the people who he didn't abandon, who he kept with, and screw it back, put it back in the stack. Bryce, your fucking stance is a fucking I don't even know what to say. And I go back to yelling at them.
Black will snicker at that because this has become a morning to morning.
Just kind of like tilt her head and just she's used to it. Like it's been like this for like the last 30 days.
There's a glance back to Sorry and then a look round about the area, which if you glance around you'll notice it is definitely different from when you left it. There's lots of saplings. Okay, assuming the druid or druids I'd managed to track down and talk to were willing to do it, then, well, even if they didn't, he'd have planted them himself. Okay. There are saplings planted around and little herb gardens and stuff, because this would be the perfect place to have the herb garden for the stronghold. So, out here, planted round about, and in the distance it looks like there's been repair work done to the grounds and stuff, where that big 30 to 60 foot radius area might have been seared down to dirt.
Burned a little bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's been definitely some repair attempts done over there. And, over like an entire month, it might actually have started to grow back.
Skitters made like a really terrifying scarecrow of all the stuff that she found on the...
Skitters is a terrifying scarecrow.
Yep. Yeah. So there's a bunch of those because it's like, this will keep people away.
Yep.
I will say to Blatt, I know you've been working really hard on probably a lot of different things, and I would love for you to tell me all about them, maybe tomorrow.
there's a raised eyebrow and an ear sort of like tilts sideways slightly. There's a questioning look as well.
Yeah.
It looks like he's obviously very happy to have you back, but he's looking at you with a look of something's not quite right. And he's obviously keeping it to himself because Skitters looks really cheerful and really happy and bouncy. He's obviously happy to have you back, but there's a head tilt that you will know very well as he knows something's up. But he obviously doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, he can wait.
Mm-hmm.
And
he just looks happy you're back mostly.
I will ask Skitters to maybe go and get my my blanket. And I am actually going to go over and walk over to Sin and talk to him. Maybe like away from the trainees. So you're standing taller. I can tell.
You're muted.
And I cannot hear you.
No.
You're so tall, I can't hear you.
Well, I gotta get these fuckers into shape. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I mean, you did a good job with us.
That wasn't my work.
I mean,
that was all you.
Okay, then sorry, just cannot hold it together anymore because I am crying again. Both of us are crying. And I will just like look down at the ground and like fidget with a little cat and say, you know, I'm not sorry anymore.
And you're muted.
Oh,
there we go.
Yes.
Okay. He'll bow his head. Give you a little kind of half glance. Then what should we call you?
I was thinking maybe Opal.
Look at the hair.
Yeah, kinda.
Fitting. You did good. And I'll look at Blatt. So did you. Look at Skitters. You as well.
Can we go have breakfast? I'm really hungry.
You guys go on ahead. I have a job to do.
They can handle it for an hour. You're coming with us.
Question, since it never actually came up in character specifically. What was Sorry's, okay, Opal now, but what was Sorry's favorite kind of like breakfast food? Like, or vegetable or something?
Oh.
If you were to just sit and snack on something.
The hardest decision of ever.
Right.
Hard.
It would be something like a crepe or something, like where there's dough on the outside and filling on the inside, but not meat. So
okay.
Yeah.
Blatt will dig into one of his side pouches, pull out a small oil wrap, and hand it to you. I think it's fair to assume if he sits there every day and had intended to sit there for months if need be while meditating and wait for her to come back, he's a cook by trade as much as anything else, and a fairly good one.
So you made a new one each day, right?
Yep, fresh.
Okay.
He'd make a batch for like the entire group, but he'd always keep one aside just in case he came back.
So I think,
and you know how much he eats, but he'd have kept it.
So I think as the group heads off to breakfast, that is where we will wrap up our campaign. Thank you all so much for all of this. I definitely was not expecting that to be how it ended. That's 66. Wow.
That's 66 is a hell of a thing, yes.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for playing. And Poon, you're not the only one who's in tears right now. That was a very, very fun campaign. I have had a blast playing this game with all of you. Yeah. Once again, thank you to the Greyhawk channel for hosting this show. And thank you to Sirenscape for the audio we've had in the background. This is our last episode, so there are new shows starting up though. There should be plenty of schedules floating around. I believe the background for the channel when things are offline also has that schedule. Yeah, we will see you all elsewhere in the world. Before we go, I think since this is our last episode, I'll have everyone go ahead and reintroduce yourselves one last time, and then we'll go ahead and cut over. So, Ian, if you want to start.
Sure. Ian Flat on Twitter and Twitch. I run a world building stream on Wednesdays. If you guys want to hop over and build the strange guy city world with me, it's been fun so far. On Twitter, I usually talk about Dungeons and Dragons, role-playing games, and anything that pisses me off about work. So.
Okay. And Shauna?
Hey, Shauna Flying Cirrus on Twitter. I just usually have a schedule of on my Twitter games I'm in. Gonna miss playing Skitters, but also there's art and RPG stuff, games, stuff like that. Yeah, catch me there.
Skitters has been a lot of fun.
Thanks.
Poon?
Yeah. Okay. I am Puna Cornucopia on Twitter, and I mostly play things with the Thread Raiders, and you'll find us doing lots of like weekend-long charity streams and things like that. That's basically it. Twitter and the Thread Raiders Discord.
Okay.
And crying. I'll be crying tonight.
I will definitely be too. It has taken all I can to kind of hold back right now. Mir.
Hi. I'm Arathi. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. Same name on Twitter, and here on Twitch, etc. I will play just about anything, but mostly like RPGs and tactical games and logistics games and Minecraft and WoW and stuff like that. Everything and anything. Tends to be a really chill stream. So if you like this sort of environment with groups of friends and stuff, like this crazy lot here, I love to bits, then that's the sort of thing we're going for. Come over, check us out, say hi. And that goes for this crazy lot in here too. You guys should come and hang out. Because I'm going to miss this group.
I'll be there to smack heads around as a mod. So.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's me. Most of the other games I play aren't streamed, so.
And I'm Cassie, an alien on both Twitter and Twitch. I mostly talk about a lot of RPG stuff, a lot about the queer experience, and especially around bisexuality and being trans. And that's I usually play Monster Hunter or something else occasionally. Mostly Monster Hunter though, if I'm streaming. And once again, this has been an incredible game, and I've had a lot of fun learning Forbidden Lands and playing with all of you. Yeah. I will see all of you later, and thank you all in chat for watching. And for sticking around with Starlight Society this whole time. Bye, everyone.
Good job, team.
Bye.
Bye.